back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up. Wait, back up, back up. I was told it's back up, back up. It's all in my back up, back up. But I won't be a back up, back up. Back up, living life in this back up. I might slip out and back up, but I won't be a victim. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up.
Is you thinking I'm jumping the leak in the leak? Immediately show up this evening and wait till you sleeping. Kick to the open, I'm scanning for motion. I'm just trying to make all my pockets obese. Don't want, I just want the Lucci. So me and all of my poochies can eat. For his loose change, take his boo thing out the PF chains and take him K get steak or something. Something looking at me like I'm opaque or something. Don't I look like Drake or something? Something better tell mankind Undertaker coming.
Wait, back up, back up. I was told it's no back up. It's all in my back up, but I won't be a back up. Back up, living life in this back up. I might slip out and back up, but I won't be a victim. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Come from off the top, the flow is hot, I got you shot. Come from off the top, you know I be smarter than Spock. Come from off the top, the flow is hot, I got you shot. Come from off the top, come from off the top.
Can't keep up, you too slow.
Top.
You just watch, I control.
Top.
I take half, you not whole.
Top.
Got your mind, got your
Is
soul.
this scenario? I'm in your area. This is your definitely. Turn up your stereo. Get this jumping like Mario. Now you ain't with me. You terrible. I might embarrass you right here in front of your whole family. Hot in Nigeria. This is the year of the beer. Leave it here in a chair so they know we was here. Staring in fear like a deer when the car coming near. In the middle of the road, bit of beer. You don't wanna rock with the man. Hands off of the grands. Counting up bands while I talk to the fans. Knew I could jam, but the top wasn't playing. Now everybody wanna be friends. How you? Said I'm just fine, in the right place, at the wrong time. Said I go crazy, out of my mind. And I think back when daddy wrote down that it might scrape and it might grind, but you work hard and it might shine. Let me slow down, switch the time and quit hiding.
Back up, back up, back up, back up,
From episode 15, Chrome Antenne, breaking the same ankles twice and jamming for the win. Now it's Young got next with the double oop and the reverse finish. Game over. It's Blackstro 34, the steal.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight we'll see the Washington Wizards playing against the Utah Jazz. Utah's been playing with a lot of focus. They went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. And the Wizards, a team many people felt would be an Eastern Conference champion at some point. Kenny, why have they not fulfilled those hopes?
Well, it's hard to rebuild or build a franchise into success when guys are hurt, guys don't get along, supposedly. You start to wonder, how long before they dismantle this shit?
And some teams are better than the sum of their parts. That takes chemistry, effort, and using guys correctly. The Wizards have been sort of trending the other direction.
I agree.
And now with the tip upcoming, we go courtside. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Living life in respect. I might slip out and back up, but I won't be a victim.
I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the 7, I'm.
How is that for a gorgeous sight? The Washington Monument here in the District of Columbia, so beautifully framed in the sunlight. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. And on the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. Hey, Dave.
Head coach Quinn Snyder is trying to help the Jazz break through in a crowded Western Conference. Snyder said, "There's always challenges, and I'm comfortable with adversity. I just want to keep the right perspective. I've got something that I love to do." And Kevin, he is one of the biggest reasons the Jazz is always a factor.
He is doing a great job. Thank you, D.A. And the Eastern Conference has been fun to watch. A lot of focus as always this year. And as we hit the midseason surge, let's check out the standings and how they're shaping up. You look at Washington. They're down in the bottom of the conference. Their fans hope they can turn it around and show some improvement.
And seeing where Washington is, they've got to make some changes at the end of the season. That much is clear. Not sure whether that goes for the coaches or the players or both. But something has got to change.
For me, the decision makers have a lot of tough choices to make. They also need to look in the mirror because they're the ones who assembled this team.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, they've got O'Neal. Rudy Gobert is out there with Bogdanovich. Then it's Donovan Mitchell, and it's Ingles in at the small forward. And for the Wizards, Davis Bertans out there with Mahinmi. Then there's Payton. Then there's Bradley Beal, and it's Thomas in at point guard. And the foul called on Bojan Bogdanovich. That is his first foul of the game. We see these two teams dealing with injuries right now, Steve. How much do you think that's going to change things tonight here?
I think it's going to change a lot. I think the style of play, you'll see more guys off the bench get more minutes. And I think it's going to come down to if they can control the pace and also if they can make shots, some of these other guys.
And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And Bogdanovich, a talented scorer, likes getting involved down low.
Now here's Thomas. Outside, Beal. Thomas finds Mahinmi. Gobert brings the double team. Right wing. No one near Payton as he lets it go. Nailed from three-point land.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Keeps the defense guessing. They don't know who to try to take away.
Was there any steal in the 2017 draft bigger than Donovan Mitchell? My goodness, guys, Utah looks like they found a franchise player with him.
I mean, to see a player his age come in and just be an elite scorer is impressive. Very explosive in transition, but also in the half court. Reminds you a bit of Westbrook or a young D. Wade with how he plays.
He misses the free throw. And with this summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
He's off on the second.
You know, he stands 6'3", but Donovan Mitchell's 6'11" wingspan more than compensates. He has the tools to be an elite two-way player.
Now, here's Thomas. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scorers.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. And look at the physical profile for Mitchell, a world-class athlete.
And it's his aggressiveness for me that puts him over the top. Doesn't shrink from the big moments. He embraces that spotlight. I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim, he's likely to remember that one.
Hey, you got to appreciate the determination that Bogdanovich showed there. When he puts it on the deck, he's looking to finish at the basket.
For Washington, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And Beal kicks to Bertans. That one a little long.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
Ingles can't get it to go. Washington's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Beal gets a wide open look. And another miss by Washington. Here's O'Neal. Got it from 16 feet.
Quality offense. Ingles does a great job of controlling the pace and very unselfish.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's Thomas. That one misses. O'Neal with the defensive effort. Ingles against Beal. Ingles can't get it to go.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
And another miss by Washington.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the Washington Wizards, trailing by 5. So timeout called here, the first for Washington. And in a league obsessed with shooting, easy to see why Bojan Bogdanović has solidified himself as a key player.
I mean, over 40% from long range in recent years, competes defensively. He's a player.
It's just a flashback, digital flash. He's the one with a. Now be a good boy. Used to be flashback, digital dash. Go on a run at the. They tryna. Now be a good boy. Used to be flashback, digital dash. He's the one with a. Used to. Now be a good boy. Used to be flashback, digital dash, flashback, digital dash, flashback, digital dash, flashback, digital dash. I'm feeling the sound, I'm feeling the feed, I'm feeling. I'm in the streets.
A moment now to see the stats for Bradley Beal. How his last 10 games have gone. Putting up about 24 points per, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
It's not the monster game that we see from him occasionally, but it's still incredibly impressive.
Now O'Neal. Bradley Beal missing from long range. Gobert can't hit. Thomas against Bogdanovich. Thomas kicks to Beal. Back to Thomas to end the cold streak. Rebound, Utah.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Wizards trail by 7. Here's Bertans for 3. Buries it from 3-point range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Washington has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from 3-point range so far in the first. Beal drives in. That's in there. Thomas with the assist.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Oh, that's easy offense. Hard to stay in front of Mitchell. It takes a collective effort defensively.
And here is Thomas. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2 for 6 start. Jazz have gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. Mitchell passes to Gobert. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Fires the three. Connects from three-point range. Mitchell's got 7.
Because he's so good at putting the ball on the floor and making plays, the three is going to be available to Donovan Mitchell.
Thomas, no good.
He's doing what he can to help them cut into this lead. His shot just isn't quite there tonight.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
And Washington has possession, following the bucket by the Jazz. Here's Bertanis, and it's in there. 5 points in the game.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Here's Mitchell, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And we all know how rough things have been for Thomas the last few seasons, Greg, battling injuries and trying to find the right situation for his talents.
And the injuries have clearly taken their toll on Thomas. A lot of things need to go right for you to be a star player at his size, and lately that just hasn't been the case.
First free throw is good. Looking at the season so far, Steve, feels like every perimeter player is working on that step-back three. What's making that shot so popular?
You know, I think, Kevin, now in this stage, there's no hand checking, so you already have spacing. And now to be able to step back and knock down a three, it creates more. Back in the day with hand checking, it would have been hard to step back with an arm grabbing you and holding you. So I think guys are, somewhat playing by the rules and using their rules to their advantage.
Great explanation. For the Washington Wizards, they won their last contest, that game against the Atlanta Hawks.
And it was one of those games where it was just hard to get anything going, and you could see frustrations emerge.
But hey, a win is a win. Sometimes you're not going to play your best, so you have to just gut it out, right?
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Left side, Beal jacks up a three, drills the three-pointer. Beal's got 5 points so far.
This is the shot you want to get him, an open look from range.
Looking to end his cold spell. Here's Thomas, and they convert at last on attempt number 3. 6 points for him.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard. Here are the top rebounders over the last month. Rudy Gobert is second.
He must be spending a lot of time in the weight room because he's shown such strength under the basket.
Wizards trail by 4. Outside Thomas. The pass to Beal. Knocks it loose. Stolen by O'Neal. Pushing it up. Here's Bogdanovich, and he jams it with authority.
Good job by Mitchell, trusting his teammates, and in turn, that's going to open up opportunities for him.
Thomas passes to Beal. Pass to Bertanis. Here's the floater, and he sinks the layup.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah.
From a young age, Davis Bertans and his brother Dyrus had a basketball in their hands. Their parents were both gym teachers, so from the time they were rug rats, they were gym rats.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Ed Davis is checked in for Bogdanovich. George Niang comes in for Joe Ingles. Clarkson, he's checked in for O'Neal. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mitchell. And for Davis Bertans, a pure shooting stroke born from a lifetime of repetition.
Almost led the league in three-point percentage last season. Sharp shooter is his role.
Here's Smith following the bucket by the Jazz. Schofield, no good on the triple.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
The shot by Clarkson, no good. Wizards trail by 6. Now Brown. He played real well against Atlanta in that last game. 8 feet away. Another one falls for Washington. And it's Mudiay with the ball. He brings it up for Utah. Here's Clarkson. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Washington.
And you know, Clarkson entering the league as a second-round pick, a little unsung for most of his career, but always seems to find a way to contribute.
And he makes the first. Steve, we're seeing more and more teams turn to high-motion offenses with a lot of passing, a lot of movement. What makes those systems, do you think, successful in today's game?
I think when you're in constant movement, especially with the rules where you can't grab and clutch and touch, it makes it hard for the defenders to keep guys in front of them. And it's hard to switch defensively when you have a team always in motion.
And both free throws good for Clarkson. And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche, Greg, as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
Passes to Brown. Count that bucket.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Clarkson, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And taking a look now at stats for Smith, how last month turned out for him, he's averaging 14 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
Free throw good. Clarkson. Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for him.
John Wall's huge Supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
And both free throws good for Clarkson.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Brown the pass to Mahimi. Pass to Schofield. And the pass to Smith. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by Niang. Jazz leading by 6. It's taken away by Smith. Lets a floater go. Gobert with the block.
And that's one of Gobert's specialties, a shot blocking master.
Got that one up quick. And the Jazz lead by 8.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Brown feeling it out a bit. He kicks to Mahimi. Back to Brown. Knocked away. Clock at 6. It's stolen by Mudiay. Here's Clarkson. Throws down the breakaway jam.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
Washington calls timeout.
And Smitty, as tough as they are on D, the Jazz have been middle of the pack offensively How do they improve there?
You know, GA, they can be a top 10 offense. The two things that have held them back are turnovers and poor free throw shooting.
And Washington making a change here. Bonga's checked in. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Mitchell.
And he's fallen out of favor a little bit in their offense, at least compared to how he was being used earlier in the season. His usage percentage is down over the past 5 games. Maybe he'll be more involved here tonight.
To the inside. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist by Smith. Brown's got 6 points.
Taking what the defense offers up, Smith with good vision there finds the open man.
Good work there as it goes.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Wizards trail by 10. Brown outside. Inside. Berton's shot is good. He's got 9.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Here's Moutier. No good there. And it's Washington the other way. Here's Bonga. Pass to Smith. To the paint. Here's Brown. And Brown throws it down.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play. Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Smith outside. Back to Brown. And Davis sends it back.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Here's Moutier, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Washington called for the foul.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
The first one falls.
And they've clearly been the aggressors here early on, drawing fouls and working themselves to the line.
Bradley's checked in for Utah. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for Washington. It's a 10-point game. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Is he skinny? You bet. But Ish with enough strength to finish through contact.
Second chance shot. And that's 2 points on the layup. And the Jazz lead by 10.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
There's the lob to Brown. That shot is off. 16 seconds left here in the first quarter. Over in the corner, Moutier. Here's Bradley. Washington with the rebound. Here's Smith. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Utah with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Rudy Gobert talks about his expectations for the team.
Every year I want to keep getting better, and people didn't really believe in our team a few years ago. They were kind of laughing at us. When I say I want to win a championship, people are laughing, but I believe that we're going to win a championship.
Well, and as a competitor, this is what you should be thinking, and Greg, you should be talking about, winning a title.
For sure. I mean, it'll take a lot of work, but Gobert sounds like he's up for the challenge of proving the doubters wrong.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Well, you have to love what they've done offensively after that first period.
Crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Shooting lights out, building a big lead here early on.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the Jazz, Emmanuel Mudiay out there with Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Davis, then there's Bradley, and it's Niang in at the 3, the small forward. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, "I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul, and they were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it." And Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. DA, thank you. And he knocks down the first one. Smitty, you played with the U.S. national team. Would you say they allow more physicality in FIBA than they do in the NBA?
No, I think, Kevin, different parts of the game, there's more physicality. Like on the free throw line, boxing out. Like going up for rebounds, they let a lot more than we're used to go. But usually the NBA players adjust, and they find their way.
Good on both. Utah leading by 10. Baseline jumper. Again, the Jazz score.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
What they have done is ran their plays all the way through until they get something they like.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Brown outside. Floats one. Bertines, the pass to Schofield. Smith wide open. He fired. Hits it from three-point range. Smith's got 5 points in the quarter.
And this is the shot Smith's been working on. Hard to get time in the backcourt these days if you can't hit it from range.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
It's stolen by Mudiay. And Mudiay throws it down.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Bertans finds Smith, and Davis sends it back. And here's the fast break. Clarkson leading the way. And Utah again with the bucket.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Smith, the pass to Bertans. Here's Bonga. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Bonga's got his first points of the game.
Gorgeous reverse. Terrific body control in traffic.
And the Jazz call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Washington making some changes. Bradley Beal comes in for Ish Smith, and Gary Payton has subbed in for Brown. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Donovan is checked in for Davis. Joe Ingles comes in for George Niang. O'Neal's checked in for Jordan Clarkson, and it's Mitchell in for Moutier. Wizards trail by 15. Down low, Bonga, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
They get the rebound. Heaton. O'Neal with the defensive effort.
He liked to have that one back. That's easy money.
Here's Mitchell, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Payton in the corner from past the arc. Payton with another miss.
Still trying to find the range. He hit one in the first quarter. Nothing since.
A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
Bonga, no good. And it's Bradley with the ball for the Utah Jazz. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points.
Making plays inside the arc, Joe Ingles' shot looks pure from any distance.
Washington's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
And the signing of Bojan Bogdanovic, a great move for the Jazz. With his shooting, more spacing for Gobert and Mitchell to operate, he's capable of creating shots on his own as well. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Bertans with the ball. A 14-point game for him in the win against Atlanta. Good.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Wizards trail by 19. He can't hit that time. O'Neal with the defensive effort. And the dunk by O'Neal.
I love Bogdanovic's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open, he's a willing ball mover.
Here's Bonga. Passes it to Beal. Pass to Bonga. Puts up a three. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist. Beal's got 3 assists in the game. Mitchell with it. Now Payton defending. Bradley trying to break free. Scooped up. And the shot is good. 14 points for Bojan Bogdanovic.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Mitchell against Payton. The pass to Schofield. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Took him no time at all on that one. And that's 13 points for Donovan Mitchell.
Boy, how valuable is Donovan Mitchell? Having him in the fold sets up this team moving forward.
Here's Bonga. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
From the wing. That one wide left.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points. There is the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
And the basket by Ingles.
A really strong second quarter in terms of scoring the basketball.
Wizards trail by 20. Here's Bonga. 9 points in the game so far. Bertans kicks to Beal. And it's off the back rim, no good. Utah shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field. Yep, that one goes. Ingles has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Took him a while to get going, but here in the second quarter, he's found his rhythm.
Payton finds Bertans. A second chance effort, and the layup is up and in. Bertans got 11 points.
And this team's struggles are not his fault. He's putting in work at the offensive end.
Pulls up on the wing. Mitchell's shot is good.
He can get that shot anytime he wants because of his ability to blow by you. Donovan gets you on your heels, and he stops and pops.
Washington calls timeout. When it comes to just the love for the game, Smitty, does every NBA player have to have that, or is it possible to not love the game, embrace the game, and work through it in that way?
You know, I think 90% of the guys have a love for the game. I think there are some guys that just don't love it, but they play it. And there's nothing wrong with that, as long as it doesn't, I guess, spill over to the guys that love it. There are some plays, I played with some players, after they left the gym, they didn't think about a game, of watching the game, playing the game. But when they're on the court, they gave 110% effort. There's some guys that just love it, and there's some guys that just like it.
But I know you, and you did. You loved the game.
I still love it, Kevin. Still love it.
I know you do. I know you do. Both teams will make substitutions. And now a chance to go to the real stats, real scores from the real NBA to see the leading three-point shooting teams in the NBA. The Jazz, number 1.
The threat of deep shooting makes everything easier offensively. They've been incredibly accurate from long range.
Bertans passes to Thomas. Off target with his 3. Utah leading by 22. And Gobert with the basket on the assist by O'Neal.
Rudy Gobert.
O'Neal's got his 4th assist in this one. Washington's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert.
That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Thomas against Mitchell. Thomas passes to Bertans. Back to Thomas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Mitchell.
You need strength, you need length, you need a strong frame and quick feet. Donovan Mitchell has all of that. That's why he could be one of the best stoppers in this game.
Yep, it counts. Gobert's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
Now, here's Thomas. He has 6. Beal finds Thomas. And here's Mahimi. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Mahimi's shot is good.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
Here's Mitchell. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Donovan Mitchell is comfortable playing at all 3 levels. He's playing at his highest level tonight offensively.
Now, here's Bertans. He's got 11. The Wizards have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Bertans. At the line for 2.
That one falls for Bertans. Troy Brown's checked in for the Wizards. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
The drive. Oh, what a play!
Watch your head. What you love about Donovan Mitchell, not only does he explode into his moves, he finishes with authority.
And here is Beal, 7 points in the game. Thomas gets a wide-open look. The Wizards with another miss.
In this first half, he has really fallen in love with the three. So far, not paying dividends.
And the shot goes down. 21 points for Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
Here is Thomas, following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. And that one is good from Bradley Beal. Beal's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, you like how aggressive he is making a play at the rim against length.
And let's forget the height disadvantage. He brings the effort and he brings the energy.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Mahimi, and it's Mahimi finishing it off.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And the Jazz call time here. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And that one was all about offensive execution, running your plays, picking your spots.
That was the key message going in. Be efficient. Everyone was on the same page, and you got a chance to see the results.
Stack casinos, get on you.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Ed Davis is checked in for Bogdanovich. George Niang comes in for Joe Ingles. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for O'Neal. And it's Moutier in for Donovan Mitchell. Now, here's Moutier. He had 10 points in the win against Charlotte.
What a game for him so far. He started out strong in that first quarter and has only turned it up from there.
Here's Thomas, plenty of space. Good, and it's Beal picking up the assist. Beal's got his 4th assist in this one. It's been all Jazz. It's stolen by Bertans. Pulls up on the elbow. Again, the Wizards, good for 2.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Niang picks to Moutier. Here's Clarkson. That's another one for him, his 5th in just 7 shots.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Brown wide open, he fires. A quick shot there, and it's off target. And that one good from Clarkson. Clarkson's got 8 here in the quarter.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And it's Brown that time on the assist from Thomas.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The Jazz shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. Moutier and Utah again with the bucket.
This has been a tremendous quarter for him. Everything he puts up now looks like it's going in.
Thomas passes to Bertans. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Thomas, no good. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Utah out in front, running away with this one. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Donovan Mitchell was on fire in the first half. He had 21 points and 3 assists. And, Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
What a true demonstration of dominance. They made a commitment to owning the glass, and they made good on it. Blocking out, competing hard in traffic. That's the way you should play on both ends of the court.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
Well, they got a ton of issues to work out. Allow way too high a percentage to be shot against them. Not really showing any energy on defense. No discipline. Look at their faces, Ernie. Do they even want to be here?
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
And these weren't just putbacks and alley-oops. He was roaring to the rim and finishing.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Mahinmi is out there with Davis Bertans. Then there's Bradley Beal. Then there's Payton. And it's Thomas in at the 1. That's the group for Scott Brooks getting going here in the second half. Here's Thomas, following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. Mahinmi dishes to Beal. Here's Mitchell. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
The Jazz have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. Free throw drops for Mitchell.
In a short time span, I'm amazed at how far Donovan Mitchell's come. He has very few weaknesses for a young player.
Now, here's Bertans.
And hustle like that is why he leads this team in rebounds tonight.
Controlling the glass helps them maximize their number of possessions. He's done everything he can do to help them in that area.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Payton, that's good.
Not just swinging the ball around the perimeter. Aggressive move inside.
Mitchell with it. Now Beal defending.
Even though that one didn't go down, I like the offensive game plan here. 3 for 4 coming out of the break. There's a built-in respect for coaches who played in the NBA. The Jazz, Quinn Snyder, never made it that far. But as a point guard, he helped Duke make 3 Final Four appearances.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas. "90 seconds now into the second half." Nice shot by Gobert. Smitty, Snyder also an All-American in high school, 2-time Washington State Basketball Player of the Year in high school.
Led Mercer Island to a state title and then experienced coaching in college, the G League, and abroad. He's a lifer, and he's been around the game far and wide.
From deep, it's not going to go for him.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Thomas, no luck. And so Gobert will bring it up for Utah. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Now, here's Bertans. He's got 13. Thomas against Mitchell. Mahinmi passes to Payton. 6 to shoot. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Fast break here. And hold on!
Kevin, you got to buckle up on that one. Push the basketball and get out of his way. Donovan Mitchell, fantastic on the break.
From deep, Thomas. Rebound, Utah. O'Neal's got 6 rebounds in the game. Shot from 16. A nice shot by Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic has got 16.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
The drive by Mitchell. And there it is for him. Mitchell's got 9 points in the quarter.
These are big buckets. He's been instrumental in helping them try to close out this game.
That's good from Thomas on the assist from Beal. Beal's got 6 assists now in the game.
This is who you want leading that play, a sure passer with great awareness.
Mitchell's shot is good.
His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
Beal, the pass to Bertens. Looks for Thomas, gets it to him, and he uses the glass on the layup. 14 points for him.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Mitchell is doubled over Thomas, and again Donovan Mitchell.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Here's Thomas. Makes it off the glass.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Here's Mitchell. Count the basket. Mitchell's got 36.
Donovan Mitchell.
Washington's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Beal finds Mahinmi to the middle. Isaiah Thomas again.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Bogdanovic, and again it's Utah.
And when you get this kind of shooting from him, 100% from the field, they're going to be tough to beat.
Thomas passes to Beal. Shoots from 12. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 14 rebounds tonight, going after it. And the basket by Ingles.
Ingles continued to play stellar basketball tonight. Good ball handler. He's a good shooter. He's a tough cover.
They get a hand on it. Outside, Beal. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got his 7th assist in the game.
And in that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
Now here's Beal, following the miss by Donovan Mitchell. Fast break, here come the Jazz, and the shot goes in. O'Neal's got 12.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
Washington's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Here's Thomas. Lays it up off the glass. Thomas got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Taking things into his own hands this quarter, trying to keep his team afloat.
Here's Bogdanovic, and Utah again with the bucket.
And when Bogdanovic has the hot hand, keep getting him the ball. An outstanding scorer who can light you up.
Thomas kicks to Bertans. Fires for 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the 7-foot Frenchman, Rudy Gobert, former Defensive Player of the Year.
They call him the Stifle Tower. He's the anchor, the foundation of this team. He changes the complexion of the game when he occupies the paint. The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
And O'Neal gets it to go.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the Wizards. And it's Payton, that time on the assist by Thomas. Thomas got assist number 8 here in this one already. Utah shooting has been wild, 76%. That's just unbelievable.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Now here's Beal. 14 points for him. From the line, Payton trying to get open. Beal can't get it to go.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
The Wizards shooting it quite well in this third quarter, 53%, and the offense is rolling. To the inside. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
And O'Neal gets it to go.
And he's caught fire this quarter, yet to miss a shot.
Washington shooting 47%, pretty solid. Payton against Bogdanovich. Lets it go from the wing. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Bogdanovich has got 10 points in just the second half. Mitchell against Thomas. Urginus, and finished off by Berton.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies.
Using his height and length there to prevent the second chance opportunity.
Here's Payton, and blocked the ball with his palm. What a defensive play. Here's Bogdanovich. Here's O'Neal. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. O'Neal's got 10 points in the quarter.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
Here's Payton. The three-pointer, no good. Utah's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Goes up the baseline, and it's Bradley Beal with the rebound. Beal's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Payton gets the bucket. Payton's got 9 points.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
And the Jazz call time here.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
The Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now.
And let's take a look at some numbers for Brown. Putting up about 10 points a night, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the calls. That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
Now, here is Smith. Not a lot of room. The kick out to Brown. His three-pointer's off the mark. Here's Tucker. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Tucker's got his second bucket.
Unselfish. Moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Utah foul call. Tony Bradley. That's his first personal foul.
A minute 50 left in the third quarter. To the paint, here's Brown. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
And that's a good pass by Ish Smith. When he's in there, he does a great job of steering the drink for this offense.
A nice shot by Tucker.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
For them, the first half was maybe more of a filling out process. Now it's winning time.
And here's Brown outside. That doesn't go either for Brown. Oni. And there's another one for the Jazz.
The defense is there, but because of the height disparity, there's no real contest.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. Got a piece of it, and they'll keep possession. Schofield gets the bucket.
Schofield!
Utah's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Fires from the wing. And again, it's Utah.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Smith outside. The kick out to Brown. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Brown's got 15.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Tucker can't get it to go.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Brown, good.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Oni, nice spin off the left rim and in.
And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
Here's Smith. Basket counts. He's got 9.
Pushing it right at the defense. No one rotates over in time to stop Smith's momentum.
Niang passes to Tucker. Lets it go from 11. And there's Davis. That's good on the assist from Tucker.
And Davis. Assist from Tucker.
Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for Utah. Offensively, this has been his best game of the season. This is the most points he's scored all year. We've got more in store for you right after this. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And so in the game for the Jazz, we've got Moutier. Davis is out there with Bradley. And it's Niang in at the small forward position. Bonga, the pass to Schofield. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
The defense decides to gamble off him, and he cashes in.
Here's Moutier. Add another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
And loving the strategy. Even though you're well ahead, you want to stay in attack mode.
You want to stay aggressive, right at the rim, driving another nail into the coffin.
Now here's Brown. Moutier brings the double team. Back to Brown. 5 on the clock. From deep. But they recover it.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Effort's been there. Check mark. The physicality. Check mark. They set the tone for this game early on.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Well, so many of the leagues unveiled a new way for fans to watch. 99 cents. You get a 10-minute viewing pass for every out-of-market game. That's something.
I love it, Kevin, because I think a lot of times with social media, people are start talking about a game, and you can jump right in and get a chance to catch the most important part of the game.
And making it so affordable.
Yes, indeed. 99 cents. That sounds good to me. Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Smith, the pass to Pasekniks. Brown with it. Here's Pasekniks. Banked in off the glass.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
Here's Bradley, and Utah again with the bucket. The Wizards have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Pasekniks.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
Jazz have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. That one good for 2. Washington's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. That's tipped. Left side, Bradley. The offensive rebound. And that one's good by Davis. Davis has got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
Here's Smith. Here's Pasekniks. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
Smith drawn the double team. Pass to Pasekniks. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got his 7th assist in the game.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Kept alive. Here's Davis. The short one's on the money.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Wizards have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Smith dishes to Brown. Here's Schofield, and he banks in the layup.
That's good planning, and that's good execution, and that's a great look.
And it's Moutier with the ball. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. Down he goes. Nice one there from Niang.
George Niang.
The Wizards have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Brown outside. Pass to Bonga. From deep. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space. Effort play, pursuing the basketball. Love how he puts in the work.
With the NBA looking to improve officiating, Smitty, they'd like to revise the rule book to more closely match the way the game is played. What do you think of that?
Yeah, Kevin, we have to evolve. I think now the game has evolved to more three-point shots, so you got to look at also defense, hand checking, and now we're talking a lot about, room for guys to land, whether it's a foul or not. So I think it will evolve, and it should be because the game is evolving.
Mahimi's checked in for Smith, and Utah with a change here too. Williams-Goss is checked in for George Niang. Washington's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. He's got a clear path. Oni. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
For Washington, they've gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth, 8 of 12. And the Jazz call time here. Well, we know, Steve, the NBA looking at lowering the draft eligibility age from 19 to 18. The one-and-dones would be gone. You like the move?
I do like the move, Kevin. I would just love to have a lot of things in place for these younger guys, whether they're 18, 19, some guys at 25. There's something in place to help these guys, especially some of the things they're having problems with off the court and also financially. Have some kind of third eye to be able to help these guys.
And this is where the G League comes into play, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Here's Brown. Moutier brings the double team. From deep three-point range, and Utah another three.
Some coaches might not like taking the three on the fast break, but he had the open look and buried it.
Bonga, the pass to Schofield. Brown lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Brown's got 9 points here in the second half.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Jazz.
Nigel Williams-Goss.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
Now, here's Mahinmi. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his second personal.
Steve, revenue's climbing. We're seeing some star players make $40+ million a year. Top coaches making around $10 million a year. My goodness. Do you think coaches are due for a raise, though, Steve?
You know, I think all parties involved, the numbers will keep going up, Kevin. The franchise values are going up to over $1 billion. So I think coaches will get a raise, players will get a raise, and the guys that are playing at a high level, especially for coaches, if they're winning, their numbers will go up.
First one falls for him. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And it's Davis with the ball for Utah. The 15-footer. Again, the Jazz score.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
And you know what? There was probably a better matchup on the floor, but when it goes in, nobody complains.
Washington with the ball, following the bucket by the Jazz. To Mahinmi. Nice ball movement by Washington. And it's good for 2.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
Utah has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Wing shot on the way. Washington with the rebound. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. And it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession.
Washington ball.
And Utah making a change here. Tucker's checked in. On defense, Utah. Bonga, no good. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Goes up on the wing. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Tucker's got 10 points here in the second half. Bonga, the pass to Schofield. Not going to go that time. And Utah the other way now. Here's Davis. Another shot. Again, the Jazz score.
And, guys, the offensive rebounding really has stood out here this half. All those second chance points are helping them maintain that lead.
Mahinmi's shot is good.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Releases. Utah the rebound. Second shot opportunity. And the rejection by Mahinmi. 3-on-3. Here's Brown. And then Brown with the dunk.
Great player movement, great ball movement. That's fun to watch.
Shoots. And it's good off the back rim and in. Williams-Goss has got 6 in the quarter. Washington's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And there's the pass to Schofield. Here's Bonga. And again, Washington with the triple.
All about converting your opportunities. He just hit his second 3 of this half, 3rd of the night.
Here's Williams-Goss. And Utah again with the bucket.
Nigel Williams-Goss.
Washington's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Bonga, the pass to Mahinmi. Bradley on the double team. Pass to Pasek-Nicks. Wizards keeping it alive in a fresh 14-second shot clock. And he gets the bucket. Utah has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. From deep. They get it back. Here's Davis. Gets an open look and hits. Davis has got 10 points in just the second half.
Talk about making halftime adjustments. You love what they're doing with him now offensively.
Kicks it to Brown. Inside, here's Pozekniks.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? From deep three-point range, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
For 3.
Here's Bunga. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Brown, and finished off by Brown.
Nice job. Those passes have to be right on the money around the painted area.
And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. George Niang, he's checked in for Ed Davis. 1:52 left in the game. To the inside. Back to Brown. The tray hits the three-point bomb. Brown's got 28. Utah's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Washington's gone 4 of 6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. Bunga, the pass to Mahimi. Here's Pozekniks, guarded by Bradley. Passes it to Schofield. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Utah.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Donovan Mitchell.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
Utah calls timeout. They're leading. There's 39 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Dance team.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Donovan Mitchell.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
And it's Bradley with the ball for Utah. 16 feet away. Williams-Goss misses.
Decent look from mid-range, but there may have been a better option for them in that set.
And that one, good.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. See you next time.